please put your hands together to welcome our host for the AFC Champions League Elite 2026-27 League Stage Draw, Colette Wong.
A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Kuala Lumpur, the vibrant capital city of Malaysia. I am Colette Wong, and we're absolutely delighted to have you here today at the Grand Hyatt for this highly anticipated league stage draw of the AFC Champions League Elite 2026-2027. It is my pleasure to guide you through the proceedings, which will lay the ground for the most prestigious men's club competition on the AFC calendar. Now, before we move on, let's relive the most recent edition with some of the best highlights from the 2025-26 campaign.
As we see the first shot coming in there. Good fixtures, and what a start for the visitor. There to pounce on the opportunity. That is how it's done. Dealing with the danger, and Shabab Al-Ahly take full advantage. Defending champions versus first-time quarterfinalists. What a goal in this all-or-nothing knockout time.
Here's the goal that separates the two.
They have the breakthrough. He is ice cold, and it's Bissell Korbet who are through to the final four. The semi-finals of the AFC Champions. Tony sneaks it in. Al-Ahly have turned the tide. Gida Zelvian might be off to a flying start here.
It's all been building up to this, the AFC Champions League Elite Final. Kessié and the sub-mirrors Al-Brikan can fire home Al-Ahly.
Oh, what an incredible season that was, especially for the champions Al-Ahly Saudi FC, who made it 2 titles in a row. Now, this competition, ladies and gentlemen, has a storied track record of showcasing Asian legends. And it so happens 2 of them are here today to lend a hand as our draw assistants. Let's find out more about the first legend, who is a household name in Uzbekistan. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Odil Akhmedov. Good afternoon, Odil. Welcome to Kuala Lumpur. How have you been?
Good afternoon. I am very happy to be in Kuala Lumpur, to be present in this draw, and very happy.
Well, we are very happy to have you here because you are a man who knows this competition inside out. You played nearly 50 matches in the AFC Champions League Elite throughout your career and scored multiple goals. I have to add that in. How do you compare the current level of Asian football to when you were playing?
Asian football is growing. It is a different level now, and I hope that it will keep growing. It is very different from my time.
Well, actually, 2 of your former clubs are playing this season in the ACL Elite. That would be Paktakor and Shanghai Port. How do you think those 2 clubs are going to do this season?
Shanghai is a very close city for me because I live it 5 years in Shanghai, but I am from Uzbekistan. I am sure all Uzbek clubs will do great.
Well, not long to go before we see which teams they will be facing in their respective groups in this competition. Thank you very much, Odil. You can take your position and prepare for the draw. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on to our second draw assistant, and he is someone who definitely left an incredible legacy in both Asia and Japan. Let's find out who he is. gentlemen, please welcome Yasushi Endo. Yasu, so good to have you here. Now, you know what it's like to win an AFC Champions League title. You did it with Kashima Antlers back in 2018. Now, when you look back at that campaign, what made that team so special, and how did it feel to win the first Asian title for Kashima?
I was very happy to win this title because it was the first Asian champion title for Kashima Antlers. The reason why we won was because we were a great team.
Yes, and it does take a great team, doesn't it, to win a competition of this caliber. Now, Kashima Antlers back in the AFC Champions League, elite after 6 years away. You obviously know this club very well. Can they win this competition this season?
Of course, もちろん優勝です。
Okay, Kashima will win, he says. Yasu, that is wonderful to hear. Lots of confidence. Thank you so much for speaking to us, and please take your position behind the draw stands. Yes, Yasu very confident that Kashima will win it this season. Now, ladies and gentlemen, everything is almost in place now. We just have one more person to introduce. So please put your hands together for today's draw conductor, Mr. Shin Man Gil, the AFC Deputy General Secretary of Competitions and Football. Oh, so good to have you back once again, Shin. Now, there's so much to look forward to in this competition this season with even more clubs involved than previously. What does this mean for the competition?
First of all, thank you, Colette, and good afternoon, everyone. As everyone knows by now, the Champions League Elite has expanded from 24 clubs to 32 clubs in this league stage starting from this season, which is 8 more clubs than the past 2 seasons. So we are happy, we are very happy with the progress of the competition since the revamp in 2024 and 2025 season. And we felt it's the right time to provide more opportunities for elite clubs to compete against each other. And we are very confident the standard and also the quality of competition will get better and better.
Well, sounds like it's going to be another great season, and we cannot wait for this to kick off. So let's begin with the draw, and for that, I'll hand it back to you.
Thank you, Colette. Thank you so much. Indeed, there is plenty to look forward to in this 2026 and 2027 season. With the increase in the number of clubs, we have made some changes to the draw mechanism. So please take some time to get familiar with it now.
AFC Champions League Elite 2026-27 League Stage Draw Mechanism. Entries. Based on the confirmation of entries, the following 32 clubs will participate in the AFC Champions League Elite 2026-27 League Stage to represent their member associations. Competition format. The league stage will consist of 8 match days. The 32 participating clubs will be divided into 2 leagues. 1 league for the West region and 1 league for the East region, with each league to be played in a league format. Each participating club will play against 8 different clubs, 4 home matches and 4 away matches as per their draw results. Each participating club will be drawn into their respective position in the draw grid, which shall also determine their pairings based on a fixed pattern in consideration of sporting fairness. Participating clubs will always face opponents from the columns on the right-hand side at home and the opponents on the left-hand side away. For the avoidance of doubt, clubs positioned on the edge of the grid will face teams from the opposite end. The draw grid ensures each participating club plays against 8 different clubs allocated in different columns, and also ensures that 1 home match and 1 away match is played against an equal number of clubs from each pot. Draw principles, seeding and pot allocation. Participating clubs of each region are seeded into 4 pots in accordance with the AFC Club Competitions ranking and principles set by the AFC. Country protection. Participating clubs from the same member association shall not play against each other and accordingly shall not be allocated into neighboring columns of the draw grid. The draw software will apply country protection to both participating clubs already drawn and those yet to be drawn, thereby preventing any deadlock situation from occurring. Sporting fairness. To minimize extensive home or away pairings between clubs from the same two member associations, a maximum of 2 participating clubs from any one member association shall be allocated into the same column. For member associations with 5 participating clubs, a maximum of 3 participating clubs from the same member association shall be allocated into the same column. In addition, to ensure an equal distribution of matches involving top-ranked member associations and to prevent deadlocks, first-ranked member associations shall not be allocated into the same column as second and third-ranked member associations. Draw procedures. The 16 participating clubs are divided into 4 pots as per the seeding and pot allocation principle. The draw will commence with the West region in the order of Pot 1, Pot 2, Pot 3 and Pot 4. Each pot will be completely emptied before moving on to the next pot. Participating clubs from Pot 1 will be drawn into the first possible position in the draw grid in the order of A1, B1, C1 and D1, taking into consideration the country protection and sporting fairness principles. Subsequently, participating clubs from Pot 2 will be drawn into the first possible position in the draw grid in the order of A2, B2, C2 and D2, taking into consideration the country protection and sporting fairness principles. The same procedures shall apply for all remaining participating clubs in the order of Pot 3 to be drawn into positions A3, B3, C3 and D3, followed by Pot 4 to be drawn into positions A4, B4, C4 and D4. Similarly, the same procedures shall apply for the East region for its respective columns of E, F, G and H. This shall conclude the draw for the AFC Champions League Elite 2026-27 league stage.
I hope all of you are clear now about how the league stage draw will work, and the next we'll get to know the 16 participating clubs from the West. a strong set of clubs in the west there. So, all right, it's time now to conduct the draw for them. So before we start the draw, on my right side Odil and on my left side Yasu, they played against each other in round of 16 in the Champions League in 2018. Okay, now with the help of Odil, let's start the draw from pot 1 from the west.
Start. Align.
Al-Ain FC from UAE, now placed in A1, and Al-Ain Club is the two-time champion of this Champions League in 2002 and 2003, and 2023 and 2024 season. And the next club,
Istiklal.
Istiklal FC from Islamic Republic of Iran in B1. It is their 14 times Champions League appearance and one-time semi-finalist in 2013, and it has a record of 9 times league champion in Iran Professional League. And the next club from pot 1,
Al-Sadd.
Al-Sadd SC from Qatar, now in C1. It is their 9 times Champions League appearance and one-time Champions League champion in 2011. And Al-Sadd is the only Qatari club who won the Champions League. Okay, the next club from pot 1.
Al Ahly, Saudi.
Al Ahly Saudi in D1. It is the club is the current title holders of Champions League Elite 2 times in a row, and it is 3-time league champion in Saudi Professional League. And now we are moving to pot 2 from the west.
Al-Nasr.
Al-Nasr club from Saudi, due to the country protection, it will go to B2, and it is their 9 times Champions League appearance, and the last appearance in this club competition was Champions League 2 last season, and they are the runner-up of the competition. And the next club,
Shabab Al Ahly.
Shabab Al Ahly from UAE, now placed in A2. They are the semi-finalists of this Champions League Elite last season, and it's a 9 times league champion from UAE Professional League. The next club,
Air Force.
Air Force FC from Iraq. Now they are placed in D2 due to the country protection. And their last appearance in our competition was 2024 and 2025 Champions League 2. And they have 8 titles from Iraq Professional League. And the next club,
Neftçi.
PFC Neftçi from Uzbekistan in C2. The last Champions League appearance for them was in 2007, and is the club with the league champion in 2025 season in Uzbekistan. And the next club in pot 3,
Tractor.
Tractor from Iran. Now it will be placed in B3 due to country protection. And the club is one-time semi-finalist of our competition in 2013, and it is their 13 times Champions League appearance. And the next club,
Al Gharafa.
Al Gharafa from Qatar in A3, and it is the club, the domestic cup champion in 2025 season from Qatar. And the next club,
Al Wasl.
Al Wasl from UAE, now in C3, and one-time round of 16 in 2024 and 2025 season, is the club with 8 times league title in UAE Professional League. And the last club in pot 3,
Al Hilal.
Al Hilal in D3, that is one of the most successful club in AFC club competitions history, and it has 21 times Champions League appearance and 21 times was a league champion in Saudi Professional League. And now we are moving to pot 4.
Pakhtakor.
Pakhtakor from Uzbekistan, that will be placed in A4, joining the other 3 clubs, and it is their 20 times Champions League appearance and 2 times semi-finalist in 2002 and 3 and 2004 season, and 16 times league champion from Uzbek Professional League. And the next club,
Al Qadsiya.
Al Qadsiya from Saudi, it will be placed in B4. And the next club,
Al Ittihad.
Al Ittihad Club Saudi, that will be placed in D4 due to country protection. It is 14 times league champion from Saudi and 2 times Champions League champion in 2004 and 2005. And the last club,
Al Shamal.
Al Shamal from Qatar finally takes the position of C4, and the club is making its continental debut, and it is 9th Qatari club to ever participate in the Champions League. There we go. We have plenty of exciting matches that will take place in the West. And now we'll move to the East, and just like before, let's get to know more about participating clubs. quite a few familiar faces in the East clubs, and of course amongst another strong cast of the clubs. And now, Yasu, if you could please take your position, and we will begin the draw for the East from part 1.
Brilliant United.
The first club from the East is Buriram United from Thailand. That will be taking place E1. It is their 4 times Champions League appearance in a row, and the club has 3 times quarterfinal in 2013 and 2024 and 2025 and 6 seasons. And the next club,
Kashima Antlers.
Kashima Antlers, your club, and now the club is in F1. It is their 10 times Champions League appearance, and it is now coming back to our club competition after 7 years since 2019, and 1-time champion in 2018. And the next club,
Shanghai Port.
Shanghai Port FC from China, now in H1, and it is 1-time semi-finalist in 2017, and the club is the league champion in 2025 season. And the last club,
Jeonbuk.
Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors FC from Korea. Now it is in G1. It has 17 times Champions League appearance and is the 2 times champion of our Champions League in 2006 and 2016. And now we are moving to part 2.
Vissel Kobe.
Vissel Kobe from Japan. Now it is placed in F2 due to the country protection, and 2 times semi-finalist in our competition, and that's the champion club from J1 100-year Vision League, and 2 times J1 League champions. And the next club,
Daejeon.
Daejeon Hana Citizen from Korea, that will be placed in E2. It is their 2nd time Champions League appearance, and that's the 2nd place in the Korean League in 2025 season. And the next club,
Newcastle Jets.
Newcastle Jets from Australia in G2. It is also their 2nd time Champions League appearance. And the last time when they participated in our Champions League, it was 2009. Therefore, the club is coming back to our competition after 17 years. And the next club, the last club in part 2,
Johor.
Johor Darul Ta'zim from Malaysia, known as JDT, one of the powerhouse in ASEAN region, and the only Malaysian club ever participated in Champions League Elite, and they reached the quarterfinal stage of this Champions League Elite in the last season, and the league champion of Malaysian League in 2025 and 2026 season. And the next club from part 3,
Kashiwa Reso.
Kashiwa Reysol from Japan, it will be placed in H3 for the country protection. And last Champions League appearance was 2018, and the club is coming back to our competition after 8 years. And the club is one-time semi-finalist in 2013. And the next club?
Port FC.
Port FC from Thailand in E3. And last Champions League appearance was 2021. And it is the club with the league title in 2025 and 2026 season from Thailand. And the next club in Pot 3.
Beijing FC.
Beijing FC from China in F3, and the last Champions League appearance was 2021. It is one-time quarterfinalist of our competition in 2020. And the last club from Pot 3,
SC Pohang Steelers.
Pohang Steelers from Korea, now in G3. And it is one-time champion of this Champions League in 2009, and it has 5 times league champion title from K-League Korea. And now we are moving to last part of the day, part 4.
Ratchaburi FC.
Ratchaburi FC from Thailand, now it will be placed in G4 for the country protection principles. It is their second time Champions League appearance, and the in Thai Professional League, it was a third place in 2025 and 2026 season. And the next club from Pot 4.
Kyoto Sanga.
Kyoto Sanga FC from Japan, now in F4. The club is making its continental debut, and it is the third place team in J-League in 2025 season. And the next club from Pot 4.
Gamba Osaka.
Gamba Osaka from Japan in H4, that is the one-time Champions League champion in 2008, and the Gamba Osaka is holding the title for Champions League 2. And also it's a club with the 2 times league champion title from J-League. And the last club,
Konghang Hanoi.
finally, Kongan Hanoi, now placed in E4. The club is making the Champions League debut and the league champion in 2025 and 2026 season from Vietnam Professional League. This concludes the draw for AFC Champions League Elite League Stage 2026-2027 season.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. So there you have it, 32 teams, 8 groups. You know exactly who they will be playing over the next few months. A perfectly conducted draw by the 3 gentlemen here. Thank you so much. Perhaps you'd like to join me in the front. Just want to get some parting words from you before we let you go. Odil, let's start with you, a man of great experience playing in this competition. Do you have any advice for the teams as they prepare for this season?
Good draw, just stay focused, train well and always concentrated. and good luck to all teams.
Very nicely said. Well done, Odell. And you have great experience as well, Yasu. What would you say to the players as they embark on this journey?
Enjoy the trip to away games. See and feel the different culture from your own one. That's the whole point to enjoy this competition.
Oh, very well said. Thank you so much, Yasu. That's exactly, it's not just about the competition, it's about the experience when you go on the journeys away. Yasu, thank you very much. Shin, let's just put it in perspective. What are your thoughts and what can we expect this season now that we've seen the draw?
Yeah, all our 32 clubs are elite clubs, so we definitely expect to see the real good quality football matches in this season. And of course, I'm sure the fans will be happy to have more games to watch. And finally, we wish everyone all the best in this season.
Well said. Thank you very much. It was absolutely perfect. Thank you to Odell Akhmedov and Yasushi Endo. Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a big round of applause. Thank you, gentlemen. You may return to your seats. Thank you. Thanks, Yasu. All right. Before we wrap up today's proceedings, let's take one final look at the complete draw results. Let's bring that up. Now, following today's draw and in line with our draw mechanism, here is how the fixtures have panned out across the pairing grid. As a reminder, every club will play 8 matches in the league phase, 4 on home turf and 4 on the road. Taking an example from the West region, let's have a look at our defending champions, Al Ahly Saudi FC. They have a thrilling lineup ahead. They'll be hosting 2 clubs from the UAE, that's Al Ain FC and Shabab Al Ahly, as well as Al Gharafa SC from Qatar and Paktakor from Uzbekistan. 4 away matches. They will be traveling to Qatar to take on Al Saad SC, PFC Neftchi in Uzbekistan, Al Wasl FC in the UAE, and Al Shamal SC in Qatar. Well, that sets the stage for a spectacular showdown in the West. Now let's turn our attention to the East region, and just like the West, all 16 clubs have been mapped into the draw and pairing grids. Every team is set for 8 action-packed match days, and that's evenly split with 4 home ties and 4 away fixtures. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, some absolute blockbuster matchups coming up across both regions. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of today's league stage draw for the AFC Champions League Elite 2026-2027. It's been a thrilling afternoon all round, and of course there is still all the action to come when the first round of matches kicks off on September the 14th. In the meantime, you can all stay updated with the latest news through the AFC's digital channels and the AFC Live app. And finally, once again, thank you all for coming along today. Enjoy the new season. Thanks to all of you tuning in online. Enjoy the football. It's bye-bye for now.